Yeah. See, I wanted to do this, but let's do this part. Yeah. ये नहीं वेट आ गया वो हाँ ये वाला. Before going to any depth, see, I am using a presentation from Rowan University because I found this is very informative. I could have used it my own thing, but I did not find time. So I am using this directly. Okay. So this is a very good presentation from Rowan University. Thank you for the effort they put. So what is a geodatabase? See, now till now you have understood that okay, there is something called maps, vector data. There is something called digitalization. There is something called map. There is something called georeference. ये पूरा you understood now. Okay. Now the foremost point is where do you store the data? Right now, wherever you are storing is in a folder, right? You have a folder. You're putting like whatever GIS classes, AGSRT classes, or whatever. You have a folder and you're putting your data inside that. Okay. So in a GIS world, geodatabase acts as a folder, acts as a folder where you put all your data, raster, vector, table, relationships, topology, anything, uh, whatever you want to do, you can put it in the geodatabase. So it's simple. It's like more like a folder. Okay, mm, there are majorly two types of geodatabase. Okay, I will come to that. So here the database format is in this format, DBF, or in the, I mean this is a database, okay, but ArcMap, whatever database you create, it's either personal database or file database. Either it is GDB or MDB, .mdb or .gdb, ऐसा होगा. ठीक है. So you have these things, coverages and shapefile stored geospatial and attribute data in different locations in different formats. Okay. So geodatabase stores both the geospatial and attribute data together. So you can, in the geodatabase, you can put all sorts of, like how you put it in a folder. You put an image, you put a shapefile, you put a text file, you put a some other RAR file, you put a zip folder, whatever. In a folder, you have all of these things. So geodatabase also, with relation to GIS only, you can access all the data set. You can access spatial database, you can access location data, you can access table data, everything you can do. Okay. Uh, yeah, this is greater flexibility and functionality. It has more greater flexibility and functionality. Why? What does you mean by flexibility and functionality? Okay, right now there is one aspect of using geodatabase in ArcMap. In ArcMap, it is called a geodatabase. In QGIS, it's called as database. Same thing. You can also create a database in QGIS also. It's mostly the same concept. Okay. Once you understand ArcGIS properly, QGIS is like a child play. You can just play with that. I mean, you can just do that same thing. So you have you can also use enterprise. What is enterprise? Enterprise is like how Google works or any major company works. We have a central management system, data management system, where there are servers and everything, and you're sitting at your home and you're accessing it, right? So that is called enterprise. So if you have a large, like how you I think you have you people must have heard India Varis or NRSC or ISRO or like this what is that Bhuvan और इसरो का भुवन और USGS का वो what do you mean by Earth Explorer और ESA का जो Copernicus, all these things are actually they host the data at a location and they give you network access where from which you can access or download the data. So that kind of things is called enterprise data. Okay. Um, the problem with the database currently is it has speed limit. Okay, even more problem. I mean, capability where it can hang itself. matlab you get stuck while working if you are working online. Okay. So see, S3 introduced file geodatabase. Earlier it was only personal geodatabase. Now you have that's what you have. You had personal database. Now you have till 10.8 or 10.9 you have file geodatabase, and with RGS Pro you have this thing, enterprise edition. Okay. So the difference between all these three is how they work and what is this limit in the data. So file database has 2 GB limit, this has 1 GB limit, this has unlimited. You can put how much ever you want. Okay, but it requires infrastructure, huge infrastructure. Okay, so you have different types of DBMS, data management system. Maybe this is I don't know, relation database, something like that. Uh, so you can access a lot of data. Okay, and one good thing about these databases is um, they are like Microsoft Access can also access these databases. Like I'll show you one small example. This topology exercises यहाँ एक बार नहीं हाँ okay ठीक है so you have this go back you see this is actually a geodatabase okay but you can access this through directly Microsoft Access. So I mean it looks like that in your system, but the ArcMap when you open it looks like a geodatabase. So you can access through Microsoft Access also. Okay. The next see this is how it is. File geodatabase is like you have it's like a folder where you have different files. Then you access the files from the geodatabase and you do your processing. Matlab, whatever you want to do, you do. So that is the so this is the enterprise GDP, workgroup GDP, desktop GDP. So everything comes under this Arc SDE. This is a very complicated and highly advanced database, which I mean, if you are interested in that, you should do very high level database management course. Okay. Then comes these are all now. It's okay. These are all. So the geodatabase extension is called GDB. Okay. So this is how you will create the database. And one more thing I wanted to yeah, limit is 2 GB. Becomes slow as amount of the data increases. Stored data in one file called this geodata.mdb. This is personal. This is file geodatabase. Okay. Then we talked about all this working with geodatabase. Okay. Here in this section, there is nothing very complicated. As in, at least ArcGIS has done accessing, creating, or modeling, whatever, extremely simple. There is no complicated stuff here. You just have to create your schema. After that, you have to create the shapefiles or whatever the geodatabase and import the data. That's all. You can do all of that. Then comes the a folder within GDB if it preserves projection. Okay, the main aspects of geodatabase is because we are working with projections and sort of coordinate systems and all. The most important aspect of a geodatabase is like how you set the projection for your layers or your data frame. Like that, you can set the the location, the extent, and the projection for the geodatabase. So now, when you set, okay, for example, you are working on Kerala or Andhra Pradesh or Telangana or whatever, Sikkim, or you are working on a state. So what do you do when you create a geodatabase? You set the extent, okay, You said, okay, I want this database only processes the data which is within this longitude and latitude, this longitude and latitude. So it draws a box and says, okay, this is my extent. Then you give a projection like, okay, this is a LCC or a UTM or WGS, whatever, GCS, whatever. And then you said, okay, then the system will understand that, okay, so whatever the geodatabase is created will host files from this range only, this extent only with this projection. So now you create a shapefile or you create something, even though you created a different projection system. When you overlay, when you display it, it will automatically convert it into the geodatabase projection system. But that is unwise. You should always keep the same projection system for all the files. Okay. So how do you create a database? You right click in catalog in the folder and then just say new, and then you create a database. Okay, in the database you can and then when once you create a data, like it's like creating a shapefile. You already did that in the catalog. After you create a database, you just right click on the database, click new. There are two options, okay, import and export. I'll tell you about these two again. So you have you have a new data, you import feature data set. So what is feature data set? Okay, this is very interesting. For example, uh, how do I explain this? Okay, so I told you, right, geodatabase is a folder, right? Is a folder, okay? Then in that folder you have a zip file, .zip or .rar. So what is there in the .rar file? You store all your vector or raster or table, whatever it is, okay? So the difference between feature data set and geodatabase is, geodatabase is like a folder. It's like a database. In that database, you have a zip folder that is feature data set. In the zip folder, you create feature classes or tables. What is feature class? Feature class is any single shapefile or a raster, something like that, or a table. Okay. So it's called a feature class. Any like you have Kerala district map, that is a feature class. You have a district headquarters, that is a feature class. But if you store both together in a feature data set, you can call the feature data set as Kerala data. Okay. Then you can actually save the geodatabase as India districts, like that. You understand now what I'm talking about? India districts is your database. Kerala data is one feature data set. In the Kerala data, you have 3 or 4 feature classes where you have Kerala map, Kerala district, Kerala district headquarters, Kerala data like census data or projection or population data or education data, whatever tables you have, many tables you have. So everything that belongs to a particular study will be there in one particular feature data set. So you don't have to worry, I have to collect this data from there, I have to pick this data from there. You don't have to worry. So everything will be in this particular section only. Okay. So once you created the data set, there is always an option called import. I mean, you can either import all the files together at the same time, or one by one you can import. I think importing all together is quicker, but when you are importing one by one, you will understand each and every parameter that the file is having, like projection, coordinate system, what is its extent, what is its what type of it is a shapefile or raster. You know everything. So I suggest you, when you import, I mean, I'll show you this also today. Probably. Uh, so I will show you this also, how to import together or like that single one. I will do that. Then you can also compress and uncompress. It's like putting a zip folder to geodatabase. That's all. You can compress, reduce the size, and send it. And one important aspect why people create geodatabase is, say suppose okay, I got this file from my array. See, I got this file from my colleagues, okay, for topology. Now in this thing there is database. Whatever the data is there, it is stored in the database. Like it will look like this only. The database will look like this only. Okay. This is like file database. This is not personal database. Personal database will look like an Access folder. Access, whatever I showed you earlier, it will look like that. Okay. But this is a file database. It looks like a GDB. This is how it looks when you look in the folder. Okay. And the size is 7.44 MB. It is way less than 2 GB. Agreed. So now you create a, you create this GDB file in ArcMap and save the project, save the project as topology. Now you want to share it with me. Earlier, what we do, we put, we share one by one, right? We share one save file. We put everything in a zip folder and share. But if I give it in a zip folder, you have to open the zip folder. You have to extract the file, keep it in a folder. Then you have to load it to your ArcMap. But once you give me like this, okay, if I go to properties, security details, see, I think in this thing, so this automatically, if you load this thing into ArcMap, okay, it will automatically load like this. I mean, you don't have to do anything. It will just load it like that. Okay, so automatically all your data sets from the Geo database comes here. You don't have to do anything. So that is the advantage of Geo database. Sharing the data becomes even more easier because it is compressed. Every data is in one location. The project file knows I have to collect it from this particular thing. So it is well and nice. I mean, you don't have to, sharing becomes extremely easy. That is one advantage of having your data in Geo database. And say suppose if you have a very large data set like 10 GB or 20 GB, you can always compress the Geo database to reduce the size. I have never tried it. I don't know the accuracy of this compression. Maybe from 10 to it will come to 1 GB like that. I don't know. Okay, because all my Geo databases were always small, less than like 100 MB it was. So that's how it is. I never use that. Then see, this is what I was talking. So Geo database always has an extent, something like that. Here, if you see, for example, here you say extent is my New Jersey, okay, and then give a projection system 983, 990, कुछ भी. If you give it, all the data set will be converted into your NAND file, I mean, NAD 1983 projection, okay. And always this is important when you are when you are making a database. I mean, just for storing the data, it is okay. You can do whatever you want. But if you are trying to develop it for an application, for example, you are creating a database like an Excel sheet, okay, for fire in the forest. Agreed? Is BJ Joseph here? BJ Joseph is here. No. Okay, no problem. So here, yeah. So what was I talking about is, so suppose you are trying to create a database for all the species of plants found in the forest in my whatever that. What is your state, madam? Manipur, right? Sikkim, sorry. Sikkim. Okay, yeah. So you are trying to make a database for all the plants that are in Sikkim that are generally get affected by fires. So how do you do? In Excel sheet, how do you do? First you write down the area where the fire occurred. Then each and every column you say, one column you put, okay, one species. Next column you put next species, like this way.
Okay.
This way, right? First column you put area, look, or zone. Second column you put plant 1, then plant 2, plant 3. Okay. Then you will say, okay, in zone 1 did plant 1 again? Yes. then zone 3, zone nothing happened, zone 4, yes. Like that you do, no? This is how you create a database. So in a geo database also, you first fix all the requirements, okay, and then you give this projection and you like this thing. So what this statement says is balancing precision and functionality. You can be too much precise, too much quality control, but it reduces the speed. It drags on. Okay, so you have to balance between the precision and functionality. So how if it is if you keep the precision too high, then editing the data or then adding the data, removing the data becomes a hazard, like extremely complex thing. So what is the statement saying is, yeah, there has to be accuracy, there has to be precision, but manage the functionality also. How easy it is to manage the database, how easy it is to add new data set or edit the already existing data set in the geo database. That's what. Okay. So adding functionality. Okay. Once you created a feature class in a feature data set, okay, you have lots of feature classes in a feature data set in a database data set. You see these options here, right? Terrain, network data set, topology, polygon feature class from lines. Okay. These are called as the functionality of the geo database. Okay. Especially when you are digitizing, a data, it is always important to understand if the data is accurate or meaningful. Okay, the topology section always is used while creating geodatabase. Okay, while creating geodatabase, it is always used to create to show the error. Okay, see this file has wrong topology. Topology is like relation between one feature to other. Let's say suppose for this particular class, the relation between me and all of you people is I am a tutor and you are a student. Yes, that is a relationship, right? For example, the relation between you and all of you is your colleagues. Yes, or there is a relationship like something else is there. Okay, there is another relationship like we are all working together, improving each other, like that. Okay, so that there is a topology that is called topology. The relationship between one unit with other unit is called topology. Similarly, that is the functionality of that. So when you create a database, you can add this functionality to the geo database. Okay, so that your application becomes even much more cleaner, accessible, and more dependable. Okay, similarly you can also add network data set. This is the most complex, literally the most complex vector data generation possible. Okay, rest are all just raster to vector or vector to raster conversions or just digitalization is fine. But network dataset creation, generation is extremely difficult. Because of this only, Google is actually controlling most of us. I mean, at least aspect of road network, road analysis. Till that, it is just there. When it top, no, there is no competition for that. So we have this. I mean, I will tell you how to do this. Probably this class if the time permits or the next class. Okay, we will do topology first and then we'll do this. Then you can add another functionality or geodatabase like terrain. If you have 3D modeling, you can do. If you have a DEM data set, you can just do all of this thing here. I mean, we will not discuss this. We will concentrate only on these two aspects, but I will try to make a tutorial on this thing also. Okay. Then this is easy, no? Polygon features from class from line. So you already have, this polygon features, feature classes from lines. Okay, this is easy. Okay, you already did this when you are digitizing the Kerala map. You must have seen me doing it. So this is easy. to explain. Okay. Same thing. Geodatabase is a container. Fine. Topology stores associated attribute tables, rules, and error information. Yes. Network stores network edge attributes, turntables. Oh my god. And driving and routing directions. This is important. Okay. This is really complex thing. Yeah. Again, if you have a what is the advantage of topology and geodatabase linking is it will reduce the redundancy of the files. You don't have to store multiple files in the same location. They will automatically build a relationship between them, and it will give you a very cleaner approach to whatever you are doing. Okay. So what is a normal data is one that has a little redundancy within its table, record ID or some other key links to a table with those values. Okay. Instead of storing modified agricultural wetlands numerous times as text, store it once as a text and refer to it using key. So that is what you build a database, you give a key, and then you can just relate from the key. That's all. So anything that is, so Excel sheet is non-normalized, so you cannot access based on key, based on a key, complex key. So like that. Okay. This is all simple. Same thing. What is going further? So you can use SQL language for DBMS management. Again, I told you, na, SQL is the integrated part of ArcMap and GeoDatabase. So here, all these things are fine, and these are same thing. Edits, relation. This is what I wanted to share. In the relations part, see what we miss this thing. What is relations? Say suppose you have a particular table which has the data from a third party. So for example, you say to somebody you pay and say, see, I wanted to go and do census. Okay, do census and store it in your system or in my system, whatever. So I build a geodatabase where I link a shapefile. I will link a shapefile, okay, to that data he created. And I say him that, okay, see, you have to collect data in exactly this format. Don't change anything. You have to write down exactly in this format, and you have to do data entry. You have to do data entry in an Excel sheet or a table or a CSV file. So whatever my data is as a shape file, will read the data from his CSV file and update the data. So that is called as relationships. Okay. So relationships is very useful thing, especially when you are dealing with heavy amount of data, like land records, usage of petrol, water usage, water transport, water mining, amount of input output, or soil data set as you are already geologist, and what type of, say suppose you are doing geology experiment throughout India for a higher scale. तो मतलब आप एक every meter पे you are doing. I mean that is not even possible. I know, but just for example. Just for example. So you are doing that monitoring, and somebody is updating the data. So automatically your system will gather the data from those files from wherever they are. So you just link 10, 20, 100, hundreds of people have hundreds of laptops. They update the same file. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So multiple users, multiple inputs. The system will take all of that, and then see here in this particular thing, it is only one-to-one, as in one unit, one edit in the file will have only one entry in your database. Okay, output. So many to one is also there, one to many is also there, but in this case you have only one to one. But the so updation editing can be done through multiple users. That's how these are all part of that data user. Yeah. So once now you understood, right, what is geodatabase. So let's now go into detail as in on this thing. Uh, where is that? So,
I have one question.
yes, sir.
Why we create, why there is two options, personal database and geo database?
That is because of the size limits. When they created personal database, they said that we will only do that for 1 GB. Now that we have more data, more can access more data, they increased it to 2 GB. The problem is that they understood that okay, now there is even more data, but then there is no centralized version of it. Like you put a server there somewhere, but I cannot access from some like that. So I mean, you can access to WMS, WFS, WCS, but not as a database. So they understood that okay, now I have to improve this thing because Google is taking over, QGIS is taking over. So they make an enterprise database edition. So based on the data limit only, they have created all of these things.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
That's it.
But so the original database system was in Access.
Personal database was yes in ArcGIS.
Yeah,
Matlab, see DBMS was already there, but what we are using is spatial database. Okay,
yeah.
spatial database is unique from database. For example, a database can have X, Y, Z, L, P, and then they have data here. Okay, they have ID here, is a
Yeah.
key. They have key here. Okay, key. But what is the amazing part of spatial database is you have location. Okay,
Yes, spatial
so you
database
have
means
location.
XYZ.
Okay,
Yes.
the problem came when they were using their normal database languages. They were using normal database language. Okay, they were not able to exploit this location. I mean, they did not understand how to use the existing language to exploit maximum potential of this location part. So what they did, because they do not have the format. You either have text or number, decimal, whatever it is. So you don't have the format for this thing. So then they developed spatial database where they have location. Then they created the formats, the data formats for this. Like shapefile is nothing but your location database. It sort of stores an attribute table, no? It has a location. For every location, it has a point. Even polygons or lines are made up of points. Only points. There is nothing else. Points on it only lines and polygons are developed. So
Yeah.
based on that only they create. I think I can take a class on that. That is very interesting. Let's see if I can show you that presentation today.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I have seen now the geo database, basically it is written in some MySQL file is there, so definitely it is in MySQL.
yes,
But
yes.
this personal database in MS Access.
Yeah, true, sir. I understand. Wait a second. Give it a second. Where are slides? Slides are here. No. Slides. In this slide, do I have uh, vector data? Do I have raster data processing? I have. Uh, I don't remember if I kept it somewhere. I will take this class anyways. Oh, not yet. Okay. Where is the vector? Oh, I don't have. I think I did not save it. No, no. Oh my god. There has to be 4 files. No, wait. There has to be 4 files. It is Gmail. Send Kailash Marks. Datum, GPS, last time, something. Okay. This is the remote sensing part. Okay. GIS data models. Okay. This is what I want to talk about. See, how does a geodatabase looks? Or this is not important for you. Okay. The vector data. This is what you are to understand what is vector data model. Okay. So vector data model has two things. One is geometric data, point line area, and other thing is attribute, qualitative and quantitative data, ordinal interval ratio. What is ordinal? For example, it's like qualitative. है नहीं है मतलब red house, the red house is there, that is called red house, it's a quality. Okay. Green road, green grass, the quality. Black road, black is a quality. So like that. Then comes interval. Interval is like from here to there, uh, 92 to 95, 96 to 98, like that. Ratio is whatever your statistical data you have. But they did not know how to store this data. Earlier, this was separate, this was separate. Okay, because they have location and then they have an attribute. To so they developed a vector model only to store this thing. So they developed a database like a vector model so that they can merge these two together and then create. So this is how you have you store the data actually in the system. You have a point, the one file, it creates two files, two kinds of tables. One stores the x and y. Okay, there is Cartesian coordinates. Okay, this is Cartesian coordinates. So 1, 7, comma 6, like how you have the graphs. But then if you have flat long or whatever, it stores like that. So this is how. So and then the sequence is very important. The good thing about this database is it stores everything in sequence. So if you jumble up this sequence, so if you are trying to go from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, it will jumble up, it will directly go to 1 to 4. So like that. So this is how it looks. Point X, point Y, area, perimeter. So you for every point, somebody is talking. Are they talking on phone or?
No. Because I was disconnected, no, for some time. So my network was not there. I tried to connect through my mobile. That's why maybe.
Okay. So you see this is a point X and point Y. So these are the, I think this is in meters right now. So this is the point ka jo X and Y location. This is how it stores the data. Okay, inside whenever you create a shape file, this is how it stores. Okay. If I have lines, it stores it this way. First it stores the points, then it stores the ABC. So this is the ABC. ABC has node to node, which node to which node it is traveling. So when normal database will not give you this type of data set, then data analysis. So you cannot do anything with the normal database because this fellow stores location and it stores the topology between the point and line, because it is storing this topology from node, last node. ये जो topology है ना, so this develops based on spatial database, not with a normal database. So that's how your spatial database was introduced to us, and then they understood that okay, this has more potential, so they tried to develop databases, a more complex database. Right now, your entire road network, whatever you do now in Google, from say suppose you type in Google, I want to go from Delhi, whatever the Minar, what is that Minar? Qutub Minar to Taj Mahal. How does the system know that Qutub Minar is at? I mean, yeah, you can say I want to travel from 79.85 longitude to 95.69 longitude. The system will understand, no problem. But how will it know that you want to go? You type Qutub Minar to Taj Mahal, it will know okay, it is in this location, it is in that location. That is because of spatial data set. They developed the that is called geocoding. We will discuss that. So we have this type of nodes. So you are from node to node, left polygon. So what is left polygon? I mean, this is how I should have discussed this. Left polygon, right polygon. Matlab, say suppose, imagine you are driving a car. I think everybody knows how to drive a car or bicycle, right? When you are driving a car, we are right-hand drivers. Our steering is on the right side. Okay. Now we are going on the street. Okay. There will be something on the left there will be something on the right. Okay, so when you are digitizing the street, okay, when you are digitizing a normal database, what does it do? It is just random points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But what we are interested as a GIS specialist, मतलब मेरे को एक गड्ढा मिला, I have a mining sector, mining site. I want to know if the mining site has a mosque in it or a temple in it, or where is that position? Is it in Andhra Pradesh? Is it in Telangana? Or it does a road passes to the right of it, left of it? You have to, I mean, these are the questions, right? Generally, you'll ask, okay, where is the location of the mine? So when you digitize the road network, you will say that to the right side of the road network, I have this particular monument, this particular polygon, this particular building. To the left, I have this thing. To the right, I have to this. I mean, you do that kind of topology. You build that kind of relationship. That is topology relationship. Then you say, for example, I'll ask you a question. Say, Krishna River is passing through 3 states. Name the states. You will immediately say Karnataka, Tamil, Maharashtra, and Telangana. So 4 states now. Sorry. You say Maharashtra, then you say Karnataka, then you say Telangana, then you say Andhra Pradesh. How do you know? How do you know? You will think, okay, because I know India states and I know the origin and end point of the route of Krishna River basin. So I can say, but how will system understand? How will the system understand where is the Krishna basin flowing from? This is what topology is. Okay, this is nothing but topology. Now you say that the system will know all the points of the stream, of the river. Then it will know all the lines connecting the points. Then it will know, okay, the lines to the right, to the left, and where is it. So based on that topological relationships, it knows. So normal database cannot say all of this to you. It's not possible. So that is the reason why they said they developed this kind of relationship. Now, if you are trying to make a polygon, I think you will take the complex thing. Say suppose now you is that here or no, here only, yeah. So suppose this is a vector data you have. Okay, this is a polygon. This is the line. And this is the outer boundary. Let's say suppose you have a country or a state boundary. In the state boundary you have a district, and then you have a road network, and then you have a place of very important place, very extremely important place. Taj Mahal. Let us take that as very important. तो मतलब ये जो है ये यमुना है. Is the Yamuna river on the Taj Mahal banks? It's right. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes. So ये यमुना river है. ये ताजमहल है और ये कुछ और whatever the district or you have the factory locations where there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 factories. Okay, so you have made that. Now how does the computer store this? The computer stores, the first thing is file 1. It creates file 1. What does it do? Or you will create a point data set, like first arc you will take. It will store all the lines from node to node, vertex to node. It stores like that. Then it takes arc topology. What is the right to the arc, left to the arc? Okay. Then it takes polygon topology. How many polygons are there? There is only one polygon. What is there inside the polygon? What is there outside the polygon? It will understand what is the area of arcs. So arcs making that. Then it makes nodes topology. What is node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4? Let me explain this in a better way, so that you understand it much better. Let us take this example here. So the point, so when you digitize, this is how the system will first make a file. Okay, what you do, matlab, you put a point, like you digitize Kerala district. So first you put a point. You put a point, right? The system will immediately know, register that point. Like say X and Y, location X and Y, it will register. Slowly you will extend it and make it into an arc. This entire thing is one arc. So this entire thing from 2 to 1 is one arc. Arc का मतलब क्या है? One side of the polygon. One side of the polygon. Okay. Then you digitize another arc like this. So it has nodes 1 to 2. It has vertex. These are nodes starting, ending. and the beach mein you have vertex. Okay, beach mein you have vertex. So the system will not, I mean, it will register vertex as x and y, but it will always remember the starting node and ending node, which is the most important thing. Okay, so the vertex is always here. See, it registers all the vertex also. So between the vertex, it will register the arc. I mean the line segments, the sides. So it will say A. Where is A? A, B, C, D, E, F line segments are there between 1 and 2 nodes, and then it says here arc, because these are arcs. 1 to 2 is arc 2, 1 to 2 is arc 1, 3 to 4 is arc 3. So that's what it says, na? 1, 2, 3 arcs are there. There is from node is 1, arc 1 का from node is 1, 2 node मतलब किधर जा रहा है, 2 पे जा रहा है, तो 1 से 2 पे जा रहा है, तो ये 2 पे जा रहा है, राइट, इसका राइट पे क्या है, तो इधर जा रहा है मतलब राइट ए साइड होगा ना. इफ यू आर इन द कार, imagine you are driving from 1 to 2, so you are right-handed driver. Okay, so how do you go? So what is on the right side? Your right side is on this side, left side is this side, right? So imagine that. Okay, so this is the left side, then you are driving from 1 to 2 in this direction. So what is the right side? A is the right side, right? A is your polygon. Left side पे क्या है? B है और R3 है. So that's how it stores. मतलब अगर ये सी आर्क 2 से 1 पे जा रहा है, तो आर्क 2 इट इज गोइंग फ्रॉम 2 to 1, so in this direction is driving. So लेफ्ट क्या होता है? लेफ्ट पे एक्सटर्नल, या 2 to 1, this is wrong actually. एक्सटर्नल नहीं, ये इधर होना चाहिए, बिकॉज ये भी तो इधर, आई मीन दिस इज ए एंड दिस इज एक्सटर्नल, इट इज रॉन्ग. ओके, देन आर्क 3 पे आप इधर से इधर जा रहे हो, 3 to 4 यू आर गोइंग, बोथ साइड्स इज एक्सटर्नल ओनली, मतलब देयर इज नथिंग, so you don't have anything. It's like a going through a lot of stuff. But if you if you want to just need to for me to say, there is arc 2 and arc A to the left and B and to the left, right पे कुछ नहीं है ऐसा, ठीक है. So this is how your vector data is built, and the first geodatabase is this only. Okay, then they understood, okay, this has much more potential, but there is no storage, there is nothing to store this data. So what to do? That is when they developed a container called geodatabase, where you can store all of this data together and build these topological relationships for better analysis. So these are all types of vector data you have. You have AutoCAD also, you have shapefiles also. All this very complex this thing. Okay, so that's what it is. So let us come back to our geodatabase. Over. Okay. Geodatabase. You have many steps. First step is understanding what are the requirements of the geodatabase. Then design the base database. Design the geodatabase. Then data gathering. Then comes data editing. Data gathering and data storing is in one step only. Okay, or else you can actually add that. Data editing में भी आता है data storage. So ठीक है, तो so now you have data. First में data requirement. Let us talk about this session only, because I have already example here, so I will talk about this thing only. Okay, for that our better understanding, we can do better understanding. that. Okay. Now the requirement is I want to create a land acquisition, selling, tax records. मेरे को basically जो सिटी के अंदर बिल्डिंग्स है उसका एक डेटाबेस बनाना है, उसका ओनर कौन है, वो कितने बार, how many times it was sold, how many times it was purchased, at what rates, at what date, who owns it right now, what was the original permission, did it get modified, all of that information I want, including the location, उसके बाजू क्या है, कौन सा बिल्डिंग है, उसके उधर ईस्ट वेस्ट नॉर्थ साउथ क्या है, रोड, उसके रोड नजदीक नजदीक उसका जो रोड है ना वो कौन सा है. I want to know all of this data. So that is a requirement. I have that requirement. Now I approach a GI specialist, database specialist. What is the first thing you do? He'll very cautiously listens to the client. मतलब आपको क्या चाहिए? Okay. Then he makes a schema. He makes a schema. S-C-I-A-S. Is the spelling correct? I don't know. Let it be there. So there is a schema. What is the schema? Design. It's basically to solve your requirements. What data do I need and in what format? Schema. The basic step, this is called schema. This question is there, huh? To solve your requirements, what data do I need and in what format do I need is schema. Okay, then you develop a schema. उसके बाद तुम डेटा गैदर करोगे. You will go based on the schema only you'll gather data. For example, the requirement was I just want to know the location of the building, who owns it. Hey, is everybody hearing me? Is it, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Acha, you're also there? Okay, fine. Acha, everybody is there here. Okay. Because I got a mail. WhatsApp, you message me, right, ma'am?
Sir, my network is very bad. It may go anytime. Just now also I was not there.
Acha, okay, fine.
It connected
So,
again.
yes. So this is a schema. Once you get to know the schema, you will gather the data on the field. मतलब आप जाओगे, you will ask the owner to show the papers. What's his name? From where did he purchase? Official record लो और registrar में. Then you update the data. Then you create a shape file. Then you load the data into the database. ठीक है? That is here. Then you, in the future, somebody sold that house to somebody else. Okay. Then you have to update it. How do you update it? So what do? You give an interface to tax people. I mean, income tax people or registrar people or the government. You make an interface. Say that, see, I have created a table and I have created a GUI. Okay, user interface, where you can enter all this data. Where will the data go? When you enter the data, that will go into a table like this. It will go into a table like this. Okay, it will enter here. So based on this, because my database, the database and your entry system is connected, the data will be edited automatically. मतलब update होगा, अगर कोई change है तो edit कर सकते हो आप. तो ये सब होगा. I mean, this is all part and parcel of geodatabase. So these are all these steps. Agree? As a part of schema, I want to talk about this example here so that you will understand the schema better in the best way possible. Okay? So the requirement is to create a geodatabase called land records. So when the person or you yourself are trying to develop a land record system, what do you need in a basic sense? You need polygons. What polygon data? What is a polygon data? Polygon is nothing but a enclosed enclosed cylinder or a polygon, whatever it is, that tells you the location of the building. Matlab aisa. Yeah. So you see, this is you see, this is a simple system here. Okay, they developed. This is a county in USA. I mean, I wanted to use an Indian example, but we don't have this example. We don't have this system right now. I mean, there is a very old data set with the old data set, but not. So now, say suppose I took a satellite image like this. Okay. Now so this is the building periphery. Okay, this is the, according to the land records, from this extent to this extent is this owner's data. Okay, so if I click, if I want to know, ये तो है, मतलब इधर हाँ, तो if I click this, select this parcel, so this is the parcel. Okay, what does this indicate? This will indicate the extent of the property. Okay, now if I click on this thing, you see this thing here. You will get this whatever. This is the city of Sanibel. This is part of city of Sanibel. The street name is Library Way. The house number is 2401 Sanibel. Last transaction, I mean, this fellow was sold in 1993 or purchased in 1993 for this amount. But right now the value is $593,000. Taxable amount is 0 because he did not sell anything. It sold before. This is the limit. If you sell above this thing, you pay the tax. So you don't have he doesn't have to pay a tax for selling or purchasing. So this is the tax record. So this is a type of database. So they created a database using the collected data. So what was the schema? Think about it. What was the requirement and what must be the schema? They wanted to have which city, then they wanted the address, then they wanted the last date of purchase or selling, then they wanted the cost of this fellow, then they wanted the taxable amount, then they wanted to know if that fellow is taxable. I mean, this is the result between these two. Okay, agreed? So this is the requirement. The requirement for this thing was, can I tax this building owner? Answer is no. Like that, for example, if I search for the location, yeah, library way search. The search it. See, you see this thing here in this library way. I search for library way. I search for this library way. This way. Okay. You see this record. 2401 is this fellow. Then comes 2490 in a sequence. How come this is in sequence? Okay, anyways. So you have sequence, purchase date again. See, ये तो 2020 में हुआ था last. So $6,000, $600,000. Yeah. This is the taxable. This is the value. Above that he purchased so much. So this is the taxable amount. This is what you can spend, but you gave so much money. So this is the extra income you got, or I think this is the profit he made after selling. So on this thing only there will be tax. So like that. So you see this. This is the database. This is called as this type of geodatabase they want to develop. So coming back to our example, let us go to 6 schema again. Okay. So there is a parcel, there is a property ownership. मतलब मेरे को ये parcel चाहिए. So parcel is the extent of the building, extent of the property. Then I want plot boundary. What is plot boundary? Again, let's go back to this thing. What is plot boundary here? You see, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5, 6. Okay. This entire thing is plot boundary. Okay, this entire thing is called plot boundary. But these are all individual parcels. So this is parcel boundary or plot boundary. So उतना समझ आया ना? I think I hope you understood that, right? Then comes streets. I mean, street data is not there for that particular thing, but I'm just telling because it is here. I just made it into a streets is this. Matlab because you have to know, right, which house number, library, where, signal. How does the computer know? He must have created a street network, and to the street network he must have attached this parcel, like on the left, right, what property is there. He must have designed that and collected the data, and that's how you develop this database. Okay, so that is street network you have. So what are your parcels? Your parcel boundary, your street network. Yeah, and in some cases you have the to stop the encroachment, you have this right of way. What is the maximum extent a road is present right now? Or you have streets. So suppose you have a road network, you can extend the road network till here, okay, till this yellow line, but road is still here only. So till here it will be right of way, ROW. Then only this fellow will be street surface. So the for road net for the urban planning or something like that, they will understand. Okay, there is this fellow is the street network. I mean the right of way. So I can extend this road till here. But currently the road network is only till this particular thing. Okay, that is another requirement database. Okay, so like that, come back to this. So you have three requirements. One, a polygon data which tells you the parcel information. Then line, the plot boundary that tells you plot boundary. Then line, the streets. You have street network. Agreed. Then comes the tables. So when you collect the data, what parameters will you collect? Okay, what parameter? Like how you, if you go to sensors, they'll come to you and ask you. They'll not just knock your door and say, "हाँ, लोग हैं इस घर में, चले जाएंगे." ऐसे नहीं जाएंगे ना? They'll ask your parameters. What is your name? What is your age? What is your wife name? Your son name? वो पूरा age. आपका कोई mom dad है? Where are they? They'll ask all of these questions, right? So like that, you want to ask the questions to the data. Okay, you will ask questions to the data. What questions you will ask? Like I showed you, right, in the table, taxable amount. Or you want to know, if you have a geocoded data, you want to know from which location to which location, the distance between that location. How far is that location? How fast can I go, like in Google Maps? So your questions, these are called attribute columns. These are your attribute columns. So these columns depend on the questions you would be asking to the data. Okay, like you create a mining database. Okay, you'll say there are so many mines in India. Then you'll ask, okay, I understand there are so many mines, but how many are iron mining is happening? Then you'll get some data. So you're asking the questions to the data, no? So that based on that questions, you will imagine, okay, these kind of questions I want to ask to the data. Based on those questions only, you will label these field names. What are these field names again? These are attribute columns. Like if you go to okay, यही लेते हैं. तो ये है, तो I have rivers and streams. I go to attribute table. So I open that. Oh, I have to open the attribute table. अरे यार, हाँ. So this is there, no? These are nothing but these things, these names. This is there, no? This river system, that is a feature class in a feature data set. Okay, that is like that. So first thing is subname. Matlab, what is a subdivision? Is it a house or a मतलब subdivision आएगा वो I'll tell you about that also. So you just give a name, subdivision name, मतलब कौन से county में है वो, I mean which location is that, all that you give. Then you gave block designation. I mean this is for US data only, for that data only. So block designation is there. What block is it? They talk about it in the blocks, 2 blocks from here, 3 blocks from here. So like that. Then lot number, मतलब वो जो आपने देखा ना 4201, that is lot number. Then this is prefix type. What is this prefix type? I'll tell you. So if you, will tell you. Wait. So if I take this example, or else I can actually search for this now. Prefix and suffix. इधर है ना. Oh yeah, you see this thing. 300 Boylston Avenue. ये E क्या है? What is this E? Can you tell me? Can anyone tell me what is E?
They have east and west of
Hello.
avenue.
Absolutely, absolutely. See here, E is here. E is here. A, so like that, no? So they are saying that this is suffix, this is prefix. We don't have this thing. I mean, right now Indian government is trying to change the address of every household right now. It is in the process. Abhi wo karega. Right now, like how I showed you na this thing. India is trying to do the same thing. Every plot number, name, कब purchase किया, किससे purchase किया, with original values, documents will be stored in a database. That's what government is planning to do. It will do, maybe in another 5 years or 10 years. We never know. But for that case scenario, but we don't have this thing. But probably we'll have this thing because we want to make a we want to create a database. So maybe we'll also have this thing, east west, south direction, north direction. This also depends upon your street direction. मतलब आप कहाँ जा रहे हो? I mean, from a particular location, are you staying on a particular street, or are you staying on the east side or west side, like that. So this is prefix, this is suffix. Okay. So that's what it is. Prefix, direction. Pre-type is nothing but you give type. What is the type? So this is direction, right? So you type, okay, this is the east direction, west direction, like that. Then you have house number. Again, that is similar to like my house number 3-4-528/A. That is house number, right? I mean, that is very complicated, but still, that is that. Then comes street name, obviously. Then type street type, मतलब वो interstate है, is like a county road or main road, or it's just a local road, gully road, whatever that type of street type is there. Then comes suffix, the direction. Again, I told you the east west. Then comes zip code. These are all simple things, right? I mean, these are all requirements. So use code. What is use code? I'll tell you. I'll discuss about this thing. Then land use code. मतलब ये it's a hospital or a commercial building or a government building or a house or an open park or a playground, like that. Land use code. Then georeference. The georeference is nothing but इसका जो centroid. I mean, you have a block like this, right? You have a block. You have a parcel like this. उसके बीच का जो centroid निकलता है ना, we'll make the center point of that entire polygon, and we'll say georeference. We'll do that landmark. Or because we already have the parcels, we already have polygons, so it stores the corners. Or in some cases, we store all the vertex. Each and every vertex we store as a part of this thing. So that data is georeference data. Okay. Then comes the plot boundaries. You don't have to have any attributes to this because it's just an enclosure, right? It's just an enclosure. So you can just say line code, something like that. Okay. Then comes street center lines. This is where you create the street data. So you will ask, matlab, I wanted to, I took the queue of this thing from this data set only. I mean, the other data set I showed you now. So from that only I took what kind of data the street fellows require. Sorry. So it requires street name. It requires the direction of the street. Matlab, see, this is very important. Okay. Why this is important is, for example, there are one ways. For example, you are doing routing in Google. It will say no, there is only one way. You cannot go this way. You have to do that. So to understand that kind of questions, to answer those kind of questions, or if you are trying to do shortest path, then you will know, okay, this route is from east to west. So if I enter from east, the first house is what I want to go. So that's the shortest path. So that's how. For all those questions, although answering all those questions, you need this particular uh, the attribute. Then what is left? मतलब मैं जाता हूँ, मैं दिखाता हूँ. What is that? So if I say in this particular thing only, later this building is select 401, sorry. This building is 401. What is this building? 431. 2431. What is this building? Okay, 475. So if you see 481. So if you see, so this is the smallest number, this is the biggest number. Yes. So where do you think the direction of the street is? Can you guess? Anybody? From what is the direction of the street here? Can anybody guess?
No.
Yeah.
Go from low to high number.
Sir?
I said direction of street should be the low to high number.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, the direction of the street is from here to here, this direction. So if you have to, so if you are coming like this from this direction, you have to take a turn like that and go here. You cannot come this way. Agreed? I mean, you can if you have a section here. I mean, you can always come like this, but this is the main direction. Similarly, so now you will say from the if the road is coming in this direction, you will ask from 401 2401 to 2481. These things are on the street name called Library Way, and to the left side of the road. Oh, okay. Right now, because these people are in. They travel on the left direction, right? Their driving is on the left side. So for them,
No. They drive on right side.
USA. Okay, Europe is on the left side, huh? Okay, Europe is on the left side.
No. How they say that we are driving on the right side of the road.
We drive that like that. We drive on the right side.
No. We see. When you are going, see which side is your left side of the road. If you just imagine the divider, so we are on the left side of the road. European or American, most of the countries they drive on the right side of the road.
मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया ये. See, what I always understood is the car steering on the right side. So we drive right side. Our divider is on the right side. For them, the divider is on the left side.
Yeah, so divider is on the left side, so they are driving on the right side of the road. I was also having this confusion for many years.
नहीं, अच्छा अच्छा, आप ऐसा बोल रहे हैं, अच्छा, तो you are talking on the based on the road, I am talking based on the steering, अच्छा, okay.
So we actually we think based on the divider, but no, actually divider is making the right and left of the road. So they are right, divider is our on left side. So because we are right side of the road.
No, I have a doubt on this thing. I'll inquire with somebody who is good at it. I will come back to you on this. Probably you are correct. Probably you are
I had a
correct.
lot of discussion with many
Ah.
Westerners, and I was saying, no, we Indian is on the right side.
No, there
We
are
are
actually,
always right side.
I understand.
Said,
There
no,
are
no.
actually people who made this data. I know people who made this data. So if you know them now, so if you ask them, they'll tell me. See, this is how we thought we took right and left. So I'll come back to you on this tomorrow. Yeah, this is a good discussion. This is a good doubt. You know, I had this doubt. ठीक है. तो इधर, so let us take Indian example only. We are going this way. So left side पे क्या है? ये है. Right side पे ये है. Because I mean I'm talking about the steering. Because if I'm going this way, my steering will be on the right side. So this is on my right side. My right is this thing. This thing. My left is this thing. Yes. So I'm going in this direction from here to there. Okay, so I am right side driver, so my steering on this side, so my right side is here, my left side is here. So based on that I'll say, see, left side of the library way I have 4012 2012 281 4281. राइट साइड पे क्या है, ये जो है ना, ये लाइब्रेरी, हाँ, दिस इज लाइब्रेरी वे ओनली. इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 460. what is this thing, 490. So on the right side पे I have 460 to 490. ये क्या है? अच्छा, this is in Palm Ridge Road. So on this road, ठीक है. So this doesn't bother with the library way. So our target is only from right side पे क्या है? 460 से 490. So that is what information we give here. Okay, from left 401 to left 481. Sorry, 281, 4281. From right is 490, 460. To right is 490. So that's what you give information like this, so that you can inquire which part of the direction of the road you have the house. If you are trying to do this network analysis, road, all these things, I mean highly advanced network data analysis, you will know exactly where the house is. Where should I park my fire engine? Where should I? Is there any water pump where I can literally pump the water from the? No, you have that, right? In USA, you have that red water pumping things. So you know exactly where that is. So based on that, you can. I mean, for that only, street center lines are very important. Okay. Then comes, I mean, I already talked to, right? Then comes street surface and right of way. Basically, these two don't have any attribute tables. You will only have the ID and the either it is a line or a polygon. That's all. Okay. So you don't have any attributes to this, because this is only for the indication purpose. मतलब road कितना है, extent कितना हो सकता है, बस इतने उसके लिए है, visualization purpose के लिए है. Then the most another important part is the domains. For example, in India we say highways, state highways, we have city roads, we have village roads, but in USA we don't have that. We have interstates, we have county streets, like that. You have different analogy. But how do I know if I draw it, if I put a high interstate, that is interstate only. Somebody sitting in India does digitization of US streets. How will I know what is what? So what does this? What do? We incorporate something called domain. Okay. For parcel use code. Okay. For parcel, come back to this parcel. In this thing we have this parcel use, land use. So If I write a code A1, then that is single family detached house. If I write a code A2, mobile homes, so based on your entry, okay, the system will automatically generate these codes. I mean, based using a library, you will give a library like this, a domain. So the minute you say mobile homes, automatically the system will change that to A2. Agreed? It will change to A2. Or the vice versa. You give A2, the system will automatically change to mobile homes. You give A3, condominium. I don't understand what is condominium. Probably these are those huge houses they put on trucks in the go, no? That thing I think condominium. Then
No.
townhouses.
This is condominium is also apartments. You must have seen in movies there is a big apartment don't have lot of boundary means compartments, kitchen, bedroom, everything can be attached together.
Oh, it's like a dormitory type. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, the one person will stay there, but it is luxurious. But everything is like one big room.
It's like one big room. You have to make partitions, physical partitions.
No. This
I
the
understand that.
people
What you're
have lot
saying
of
that.
money, so they don't make partitions.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, this is बड़ा room है खाली उसमें अब तुम कर लो कुछ भी
One
कर.
side there is kitchen, one side there is bedroom and sofa. Everything is connected to one another.
I understand. True. True. So that
I
is
was also
the.
having this problem.
I understand. So that is the condominiums. I always get a bit confused between them. Then comes the townhouses. Obviously, you have this duplex, triplex. You have all these codes. Okay. So these are the codes you use for the parcel use code. So whenever you label this thing, immediately you get the output like that. Then you have domain, another domain for street type. So you have, okay, I'll show you what are these data suffix. Yeah. Suffix. You see, if I write, if I want to mention Ali, I only write ALY like that. So you have this kind of codes. You have these kind of codes. So you use this kind of codes to say. So if you write valley, it will automatically become, or you write valley, it becomes valley. So that is domain. You create a library. Domain is nothing but a big, huge library where the system refers, and based on the similarity, it will update the code. Similarly, you have another domain for parcel line. Okay, you have a right of way, you have plot line, you have split plot line. Okay, you have these kind of right of way, plot line and split plot line. You have this concept also. Okay, you have domains. Then comes the subtypes. For example, this is not plotted. This is plated. So see, this is what is it plated? मतलब ये जो I mean at least in USA you have this concept where you first buy a land, then you apply for plating. So they come, they measure your corners, and then legally it will say, okay, this is the land. It's stretching from here to here, north, west, east, south में ये है. तो ये जो legal, what the legal document you make ना, that is what it is. Then you apply for construction. So that is what it is. Plotted property, unplotted. Unplotted मतलब raw land. मतलब उसका कुछ कंस्ट्रक्शन के परमिशन के लिए तुम कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, बस वो दैट इज देयर. देन प्लॉट पेंडिंग मतलब यू अप्लाइड, इट हैज टू कम. So that is subtype. So for the tax record, this is more than enough. That's what part of this thing is. Then comes the so that's what. So you have this database. So you have developed a schema now. Now it is time to use this thing to create a database. So we have this arc map. So you go to catalog, you go to, hey Amit, I found a workaround, man, for your problems with you had problems with loading base na? No, you
Yes,
solved
sir.
it. You solved it.
Yes, yes, sir. I have done that.
Acha, now it's add things is working. Add base map is working.
Sorry, base map. No, sir. Base map is not working, sir. That only
So
that is problem,
acha. No, so what you do
sir.
in your catalog, go to home.
Sir,
ठीक है तो ये
sir,
मतलब बेसिक्स पे जाओ
sir.
तो इधर you have this GIS server.
Okay, yes, sir.
We'll expand that.
Yes, sir.
You have this services. I mean, if it is not there, you
Sir.
click add new server or else
Okay.
add ArcGIS server.
Add RJS, sir. Yes, sir.
In that you enter this thing services.arcgisonline.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
and then it should be like you type this in Google, you'll get
sir.
an address http slash double slash semicolon sorry
Yes,
colon
sir.
ये जा. So you just paste that and click OK. You will
Sir.
get like this connect.
Okay.
Okay, because I
Sir.
will tell you before I forget. So and then you can literally drag it inside. You bold
Sir.
image ली तो ऐसा पकड़ के ऐसा डालो
Okay.
आ
Okay.
जाएगा.
Okay,
ठीक
sir.
है.
Sir.
So that is, I mean, this is part of WMS layers. I will talk about this later.
Sir.
So now we can okay. So now let's go to catalog. In the catalog, we'll go to my folder. Where is my folder connections? Yeah, folder connections, classes. In the classes, tutorials, exercises, geodatabase. In this geodatabase, let's create a geodatabase. Now I go right click on the geodatabase, I mean the folder, click new. In this thing it will ask, what do you want to do? I said I want to click file geodatabase. So what is the name? Land records, right? Let's create RAM. No space, okay? No space. Records. Land records GDB. You can actually, I think you can do personal geodatabase also. Yeah. You can do personal or you can do file. Any of these things. Then you can also use database connection. If you have 2-3 databases, you can connect them. You can do that also. Okay. Now in this thing, we will create a feature data set name. Feature data set name. So new pair, you go to feature data set. You will create. Wait a second. Yeah, you will create a land data. Next. So because this fellow is working in USA, let us take the 17N. Okay, तो यहाँ पे जाओ. NAD. This is particularly for North America. Datum, North American datum. So you go to 17Z. So I mean, whatever the land record I showed you in the earlier section, that is from 17 North. So I will create a database there only. ये हो गया ना. So now you understand, right? No coordinate system, vertical coordinate system. No, you are not doing any dem based analysis. So click OK. So tolerance. Click OK. So you get the land data. So land records के अंदर land data you have the file feature data. In the feature data, you are creating the shape files, feature class, or relationship, or terrain, or network data, or topology, or parcel fabric, or geometric network. You can do any of these things. Okay, so let us do feature class first. In the feature class, you have this parcel. Alias is, you will only know by this name only. Okay, your data set will only visible through this only, property ownership. Alias is very important. So you have polygon feature, yes, polygon feature. So you have parcel, this is polygon feature. You don't have to do any of these things. Configuration keyword, default. So you have all of this, right? So you have this field name, shape. तो इधर जाओ आप tables पे जाओ, you know okay what is the first table name I need? I need sub, I need a name, sub, name, data type, इधर आओ. So alias is subdivision name, division, ठीक है. Now you enter. Then allow null values, no, no. Default value, nothing. मतलब ये इधर टेक्स्ट, हाँ डेटा टाइप टेक्स्ट आया ना. ओके, माय मिस्टेक, प्लीज एक्सक्यूज मी. तो डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू क्या देना, मैं यू लीव इट बिकॉज दिस इज टेक्स्ट, यू आर नॉट गिविंग एनी. नेक्स्ट गो हियर, देन नेक्स्ट टाइप BLK. तो नहीं, BLK allow null values, no. So alias is block designation. So once you create, once you create this thing, if you find or I have to change these things, you come to geodatabase, open the file, go to the properties, you will get all of these things. Then you can sit here and do change the name of the folder, I mean the column in the attribute. In normal shapefile you cannot do it, it's not possible, but here you can edit. Okay. Oh, it's already 9:45, my god. Block designation, तो ये नो हो गया, नो हो गया. टेक्स्ट अच्छा, ओके. नेक्स्ट नंबर, ये सब में सब डिवीजन है. Lot number is LOT NUMBER. Lot. अच्छा, problem. But I really don't want this lot number. So text. No.
Is there no way we can directly take Excel table into as an attribute table?
Absolutely, you have to import this. But the problem is, you should have the same names.
No, means that value will bring, but even new feature class attribute table itself format.
अच्छा. I think you can do it from here. Yeah, import में जाओ आप. You can. I think you can import from here. Yeah. Directly import कर सकते हो आप.
So we want text file.
Yeah, I understand. It will take time, but I think we can try that when we are doing this street. नहीं, ये जो कर रहे हैं ना, तब करेंगे street. ठीक है. I think ये
Actually, I thought CSV can we bring directly or text file? I don't know.
Yes, sir. CSV is actually read as a table only. So text file है आपके पास, लेकिन उसके you should have commas. So that is nothing but CSV, comma separated value.
Yes.
So you can, this is time consuming, I understand, but as a part of the class, I have to show them how to enter the data. So
No, that's okay. That's okay. Actually, I thought okay because we get big tables and then even
that's
creating these, writing hundreds of column
yes.
rather
See,
than.
that is impractical, but just because so that you will know how to enter the data, I am telling you this thing. So pre-type I can enter yes, I can enter null values yes. सारे के सारे text है इधर redirection. So you can say that then pre-type तो prefix type तो इधर prefix type आना चाहिए. Prefix pre direction there prefix uh, direction. So yes. Then comes street name, TRED underscore name. मुझे ये there I think we should have underscore here. So generally these things
Sorry
will.
to digress, but I think I messed with my geodata base. Uh, we should compress, uncompress from catalog, not from ArcMap directly.
Sir, can I did not understand the question.
Actually, when I map, I created a geodatabase directly. So I have my state files, but I was exporting all files to geodata, one single geodatabase. So when you said compress and compress, I
हाँ.
just try, when map was open, I compressed that data and I lost the source connection. And now I am trying to bring, but it is saying access denied. I tried to uncompress database. I trying to compact again,
Use
uncompact.
catalog.
So even catalog also they are saying access denied. No, we will not do that. No,
How
I don't know who took the my access.
uncompressed would work na in at least in catalog, or
No,
maybe it
even
is
it
still
is not.
happening. See, access
No,
denied का मतलब क्या है? The compression is happening. It is open somewhere. You have to close all your arc map, wait for some time, open a new arc map, and then you uncompress the geo database.
no, that everything I've done, but I think something very weird happened because even whenever I wait and finally it says no, that cross sign, no, uncompression failed.
अच्छा.
I have to
So I will
break
inquire,
in.
sir, because I have my
No
seniors who
problem,
are helping.
no problem. No, I will build that database again.
ठीक है. तो नहीं मैं पूछ के बोलूँगा एक बार कि क्या हो सकता है.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that experienced भाई. स्ट्रीट नेम हो गया तो इसके अंदर स्ट्रीट टाइप हो गया. टाइप street type also I cannot leave it empty, so I keep it like that. Then comes this suffix SUFFIX. So suffix direction. Yes, I can leave. Huh? Okay, I can leave this thing. Then comes zip code. SIP zip. I think it should have. In this thing you have text. In the text, wait, text. Okay, wait. Text. In the zip code, wait. Okay. You have long integer. So zip code, you can have zip code. Null value is no, obviously. Default value we know. I think you don't have to give any default value here. So next column is use code. टेक्स्ट पे आया है लैंड यूज कोड. ये लैंड यूज कोड. So now we don't have any option of domain. Why? Because we did not create any domain. But when you create a domain, you will get an option here, domain. Then you can choose. See, I want this for this thing. Use domain called parcel use. So you can update it. So land use code 0 no, null no. So use code हो गया. Then georeference. Georeference. मतलब if you have a georeference data, you can use that text. Like if you can have a table like CSV, you can use that also for importing all of this thing. No georeference. Yes. Now abhi finish. See, it is saying. See, there has to be a uh, connection. So it's creating the shapefile. I think it will come here once you done. अभी आया ना तो कैटलॉग फिर से जाओ फिर से you I think you open the properties. In the properties you can always come here and change the subtypes, domains, feature extent, fields पे जाओ, you will get all of this data again. So if you have a use code, so I did an error there, so it asked me. So हाँ तो ठीक है. So that that is that. Sorry, my mistake. Then you again in the same section you can create a new shapefile called. Amit, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Sir is asking so many doubts you are not asking. That's why I'm asking.
Sir, once I will start doing, the doubts will come.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sir is extremely experienced. If you have any issues, ask him also, he will guide you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. पॉलीगन फीचर्स नहीं अभी लाइन फीचर चाहिए ना अपन को तो ये लाइन फीचर्स बनाओ नेक्स्ट इनवैलिड फीचर क्लास नेम स्पेसिफाइड तो so you understand the significance of underscore, right? You cannot leave space between names, so don't leave space between names. Okay, always connect it through. It's like Linux. If you put space, then it will not accept. So again, now I think you can load this thing, right? अच्छा ये डोमेन पे कर सकते हैं आप. तो मेरे पास डेटा नहीं है ना तो आई विल डू इट दिस वे ओनली ओल्ड फैशन. क्या प्लॉट बाउंड्रीज कोड अंडरस्कोर कोड टेक्स्ट लाइन कोड नल वैल्यूज नहीं रह सकते. अरे वेट 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 नेक्स्ट फिनिश. ठीक है. Then you will create another. I mean ये बाद में करेंगे. When we do streets, we will do this because there is no time. We will finish the domain part. So domain पे जाओ. ये you have to enter this thing. I'll teach you the domain part here, so that so you and very why is that no option not coming to me? Oh, okay. For this particular thing. This here we have domains subtypes में जाओ. Yeah, why am I not getting the option called domain? General इधर आना चाहिए. Okay, something I'm doing wrong. We will get an option here. Domain. Load. See, you can do this way, sir. Load data, load XML record sheet document. You can use this thing. Manage the thing. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Huh? Okay, yeah. I think domains will be here. Uh, domains. Okay. Uh, load profit. I think fields only. The fields only. Relationships. Orientation. Wait, why is it not coming? Probably not good. ठीक है यहाँ तक तो अभी 10 हो गया है. We'll do this domain part tomorrow. Okay, I will stop the recording now. So your Amit sir ने तो कर लिया
Yes, sir.
उनका assignment. You have to
Sir.
do the proper map and show me by the weekend. ठीक है? So
Proper
you I will
of
include
Kerala
this.
map.
No, though I mean you have that India map,
Yes,
then
sir.
that Kerala shape file, all of that I've recorded. I've sent to
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.
So you have to see that by this weekend. I mean not weekend. तो weekend पे काम करो और weekend पे दिखा दो मैं Friday last. ठीक है?
सर वो केरला मैप तो दिखा दिया ना सर, उसमें और कुछ चेंजेस करना
See, you showed me a map
सर.
that is completely. I mean, you can do it, but
यस सर.
इसमें और बहुत कुछ डालना बाकी है. Grid डालना है,
सर.
पेज सेटअप करना है, साइज सेटअप का लेजेंड का साइज सेटअप करना है, पूरा बहुत 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 बाकी है उसमें. तो तुम वो करो. ठीक है?
सर.
I'll find out about this
Sure.
domain. What is about mistake I did. ठीक है? I'll come back to you. So today I'll stop the recording now. I'll forward this recording. How do I stop? Stop.
We can even see